That reality show blurb, take three. This is crazy. I'm Helga Mann. I am the MC, producer, director, studio chief, and chief bottle washer for that reality show, Trainwreck TV at its finest, where there's no net, no filter, no excuses, beamed to the cloud, warts and all. Sometimes we have to do it over and over and over again because of technical difficulties.
Previously on X-Men.
There we go. We got. Anyway, now we screwed up.
God damn.
It didn't take. The show didn't take. We're going to start all over again. We screwed up.
I asked you in the beginning of it whether we watched it or not. You said, "Oh yeah, it took." I
Well,
never heard it say
recording in progress.
recording
I clicked
in
it.
progress.
Yeah, I got, yeah.
There was no recording in progress.
I'm beginning to think I'm going to need somebody to control
You're
things.
senile as fuck. Get the fuck over there and shut up.
I fucked up. I'm a bad girl. Anyway, it's that reality show, Trainwreck TV at its finest. Take two. This afternoon, I've been plagued with technical difficulties. What I'm trying to do is give y'all an origin story of that reality show. And on YouTube, there are two others with no sound because we just put a new camera in. And the camera, it wanted to pull sound off the camera. Unfortunately, the new Toshiba camera does not have a mic on it. So it was looking for a mic on the camera. God, I love it. Technology these days. What are you going to do? Anyway, that reality show started out in 2016, shortly after, well, actually 2017, shortly after Trump inauguration. We were sitting at one of my son's ragers. He used to throw these ragers in the backyard. I mean, they were hellacious ragers. He believed that if the cops didn't come, it wasn't a party. We had the fire department, the cops come all the time. We have a buffet, a DJ, sometimes a live band. On Memorial Day and 4th of July, we set off commercial fireworks. Cops always showed up. Cops didn't like us because we were disorderly people. What can I say? I've always been a disorderly person. I don't even know why they drafted me, but they did. I'm a veteran. I was drafted in 1966 over 2 failed physicals. I made a phone call to Jerry Rubin, and he said, well, you could probably do more good for the movement inside the Army than out. They drafted you over a failed physical. It's their problem now. Go. Okay, nothing better to do. I also have some newspapers, so I get to do music, various other endeavors. You know, I music a lot of work on car, work on construction equipment, do all kinds of work on papers. And I was busy. What can I say? I was involved with the Student Society, the SDS, and weather ground. I had the weather steering committee on my cardiacs. Yeah, I called my phone when I needed them. One of the things I did from the age of 16 on is I worked as an apprentice explosives technician. But that's another story altogether. Anyway, I said, Jim, I got this handled. I have a serious temper. I also have bouts of depression. I've been diagnosed with everything from a bipolar disorder, ADHD, which I know I have, to full-blown schizophrenia, which I know I don't have. I know I'm not bipolar because since I transitioned, I haven't gotten depressed. I haven't gotten badly depressed. The main source of my depression was gender dysphoria. My pronouns are she and her. I'm a trans woman. Pre-op, I've been trying to get things together for surgery for a very, very long time. Because of my background, I'm having troubles changing my name. Last time I saw the federal file, it was about this thick when a couple agents showed up at my workplace and threw it down in front of me because they had recovered a stolen briefcase that had some of the notes for my Manhattan project. They showed up with a search warrant and a Geiger counter. And then they threatened me that if I ever made any trouble like that again, they would make me disappear. And I don't think it was witness protection program. So I've tried to be a good person ever since. That's not easy for somebody like me that has a habit of getting into trouble. I actually got a cartoon in Newsweek. You go back through the older Newsweeks in 1969, I'm not sure what the date was. There's a picture of Nixon and Spiro Agnew throwing darts at a map of Southeast Asia. That's a piece of my work. Only I didn't get credit for it. I never got any credit for all the cool things I was doing. I'm putting this Patreon account together so that I can make money off this show. We've got over 1,000 videos on YouTube. Some of them are solo things by yours truly, and some of them are videos by myself and my co-hostess, Lisa Boswell. We can bake Wednesday.
We can bake Wednesday.
And we are baked.
What?
We are baked. We got the room baked today.
Oh, the room is baked.
Yeah, the room is baked.
See. I see now.
Lisa Boswell is an interesting character in herself.
What do I tell the people I'm supposed to go give physical therapy?
Huh?
Should I tell them that I can't walk?
Yeah, you can't walk and you can't feel your feet. And it's the worst pain you've had since you got the 18 stab wounds.
That's the truth.
I recruited her to come up here and do the reality show with me because I needed somebody that had radio and TV chops.
So stupid.
Guess what we forgot?
I don't want to use it.
You don't want to use it. You don't want people to hear you. Why don't you want people to hear you? You're ashamed?
Yep.
I don't think you have any shame at all. No, I don't. I'm like the Frankenstein monster. No, I'm not capable.
No shame.
Knew how to set up mics, knew how to set up lights, knew how to do all the technical stuff in a radio and TV station. She was a radio host DJ for many, many years, and then she branched into TV. When she got famous as a TV hostess, she realized she had no privacy and she wanted to transition. And she couldn't publicly go buy panties because she was afraid it would create a scandal. And she was doing a lot of crack and cocaine to keep up with her schedule. So she took up kleptomania for a hobby and got caught. Because of the pillowcase full of panties, she ended up being a lifer in the South Carolina's maximum security prison, where she got 18 stab wounds in her back, a stab wound in her face, a nail from a zip gun in her shoulder, and a real bad case of PTSD. She's been out of prison since 2012 and still has it's done something to her. She's still mentally in prison.
Y'all, I'm so sorry. This is the worst I have ever felt in my life. The worst I have ever felt. The worstest, as my daughter would say, the worstest I've ever felt, Daddy.
Yeah, you feel like the Wicked Witch of the East after the house fell on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Exactly.
I felt like that. It's sad. We need to do something about the correction system. That's one of the things we barbecue on the show. We also barbecue the Trump administration and the Trump campaign.
Speaking of Trump, I'll tell you this. Today is the day that they come to a conclusion on the immunity. He ain't going to have no immunity. Nobody has immunity. No one.
No one is above the law.
No one is above the law. The law is, Inspector Clouseau would say, the law.
Yeah. Well, no.
Let me tell you one thing that bugs the piss out of me. When you lose a race, anytime you're in politics and you lose a race, you concede losing.
Yeah.
You say, I lost, I'm sorry. But guess what he's going to do to the women? The women is the worst. He's going to make sure that you tell on whatever woman wants to have an abortion, wants to make sure you. What are we talking about? I have no idea. I have no idea.
When you have kidney stones, they sometimes get stuck in the valve in your bladder, and it just keeps running out because the valve can't close.
Did you hear what all the 5-star and 4-star generals and all the admirals and all the secretaries of the Navy and secretaries of the Army and secretaries of the Air Force wrote to Donald Trump yesterday?
Oh man, his secretary. What's beautiful is his Secretary of State said Donald Trump is not an asshole. He's a fucking asshole.
Well, there's people out there, they're going to vote for him. People that are going to vote for him. And I don't think you have a clue who he is.
We were discovered by Who Are These Podcasts? They fell in love with us and suggested it might be a good idea that we set up a Patreon account. Because we were only having maybe 15, 20 views on our shows. And they figured the shows were worth doing something with. I figured so too. I got a lot of theater experience. Yeah, guerrilla theater, stage. I did a season of summer theater, basically general tech and supply actor. I occasionally had to play in drag. I had fun because I'm trans. I've always been trans. I knew about it when I was like 5. That's what got me in trouble in school. I got bullied a lot. Got PTSD from it, but that's a whole other story entirely. Anyway, we do this show daily. We post somewhere between 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning. It's a 20-minute show. I'm willing to be a guest on anybody's show. All you got to do is email me. I check my email periodically, or make a comment on the show. And we'll letting us know how to get hold of you so that we can, I'll be a guest on your show. I'm willing to do public speaking. I'm a fairly competent public speaker. The bigger the crowd, the better I do. Talking to a camera and a microphone is one of the hardest things I've ever done. I need the audience reaction. I do stand up just for the rush. I walk like a girl. These things happen to me. And I had to learn. I had to take boyhood lessons when I was 5 years old so that I wouldn't get beat up in schools. But I'd have these lapses. I got beat up in school anyway. What can I say? Shit happens. Amen. Well, anyway, fast forward a few years. I love doing stand-up. I do open mics because I can't get an agent. I pissed off MGM. I piss off everybody. I'm a very, very abrasive person, as people will find out. Anyway, we always end our show with, we love you. Smoke them if you got them. And if you can't smoke, there's always edibles.
Hey bros, what's going on? This is
Cowardly Dabbling.
Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.